SOLAS amendments enter into force on January 1st, 2024. 1. Watertight integrity. The amendments address the assumptions regarding progressive flooding, such as valves in the collision bulkhead and the watertight doors in accordance with probabilistic damage stability approach in SOLAS Chapter II. The approach assesses the probability of survival for a ship in case of damage, related to the extent and location of the damage. The probabilistic approach is to give a realistic condition of a ship in damage situations, for example, the placement of watertight bulkheads. The amendments will apply to new cargo and passenger ships constructed on or after January 1st, 2024, and will not have any impact on existing ships. 2. Modernization of the GMDSS. GMDSS have been modernized to remove carriage requirements for obsolete systems. The communication equipment has been moved from SOLAS Chapter III on life-saving appliances to Chapter IV on radio communications. The definitions of the C areas A1 to A4 have been amended to reflect the area of coverage of various satellite service providers. Inmarsat was the only approved provider of services for the GMDSS. In 2018, the IMO also recognized Iridium as a provider. The 2020 SOLAS has replaced provider-specific terms with Recognized Mobile Satellite Service. Consequential amendments have been made to the High-Speed Craft (HSC) codes, the Special Purpose Ships (SBS) code, and the Mobile Offshore Drilling Units (MODU) code. 3. Watertight doors on cargo ships. The requirements to watertight doors in MARPL Annex 1, the Load Lines Convention, the IBC code, and the IGC code have been amended to harmonize the consideration of watertight doors in damage stability calculations with the same in SOLAS. The inconsistencies were related to the type of watertight doors, sliding, hinged, to the technical/operational requirements, and to the terminology for the frequency of use of watertight doors. The amendments to the Load Lines Convention and the IBC code will enter into force on January 1st, 2024, and the amendments to MARPL Annex I and the IGC code will enter into force on July 1st, 2024. The amendments will apply to cargo ships and will not have any impact on existing ships. 4. Fault isolation of fire detection systems. The requirements for fire detection systems have been adjusted so that short-circuit isolators do not need to be provided at each individually identifiable fire detector for cargo ships and passenger ship balconies. For cargo ships, one short-circuit isolator per deck will typically be acceptable. The amendments to Chapter 9 of the Fire Safety Systems (FSS) code will enter into force on January 1st, 2024. 5. Life-saving appliances. The following amendments will enter into force on January 1st, 2024. The launching appliance of new rescue boats less than 700 kilograms does not need to have stored mechanical power, but handling shall be possible by one person. Freefall lifeboats will not need to be launch tested with the ship making headway at speeds of up to 5 knots in calm water, as there are no additional dynamic loads on the launching arrangements. Lifeboats equipped with 2 independent propulsion systems do not need to be equipped with buoyant oars. 6. Ships using LNG as fuel. The International Code for Safety for Ships Using Gases or Other Low Flashpoint Fuels, IGF code, has been amended, which will apply to new ships using natural gas as fuel and will enter into force on January 1st, 2024. Cofferdams for fire protection purposes, Chapter 6.7. Safe fuel distribution outside machinery spaces, Chapter 9. Fire protection between spaces with fuel containment systems, Chapter 11. Fixed fire extinguishing systems in LNG fuel preparation spaces, Chapter 11. Thank you for watching the video. For more marine topics, please subscribe the channel. Please help us with your valuable feedback to improve the contents.